Hello students, now we are starting the part 2 of the chapter number 12, electricity. Right? We have completed what do you mean by the current. After the current, the next topic is electric potential and potential difference. Right? The electric potential. Electric potential is the work done to bring a charge from infinity to a particular point is called as a electric potential. Let's suppose the charge is put at the infinity. You have to bring this charge up to a particular point A, then this work done to bring this charge from infinity to point A, that is called as a electric potential. Right? Next is potential difference. It is just same work done to bring a unit charge from a point to the another point. It was the infinity to a particular point, that will be the from one point to the another point. Let's suppose A point to B point. You are bringing a unit charge q plus minus q or a plus q or minus q from one point to the another point, that is called as a potential difference. So the potential difference or electric potential will be equal to the work done by time. Work done by time, then V is equal to W by Q. Now, if we are taking the W as a 1 joule, Q is a 1 coulomb, then potential difference V is equal to 1 joule by 1 coulomb, 1 joule per coulomb, that will be the 1 volt. So you can define here the 1 volt. 1 volt is the potential difference across the conductor if we bring the 1 coulomb charge is bringing or a work done to bring a charge 1 coulomb from the one point to the another point, then the V will be the 1 volt or a potential difference will be 1 volt. Next is Ohm's law. Ohm's law, as per the statement, let's suppose you have a conductor and this conductor is connected with a battery and this current I is flowing through the circuit and the potential difference is V. Then as per the Ohm's law, the current flowing through the conductor will be directly proportional to the potential difference across the conductor. But with the physical condition will remain the constant like temperature and pressure. Both must be constant, then Ohm's law will be verified, otherwise it will fails. Now I is proportional to V, just we are taking the opposite, V proportional to I, that will remain the same. Then this proportionality will be converted into equality and put a constant here R. That is R is a constant is called as the resistance of the conductor. Resistance of the conductor. Now we will find the unit or SI unit of the resistance. SI unit of the resistance, R is equal to V by I. If we are taking V is 1 volt and I is 1 ampere, then R is equal to the 1 volt by 1 ampere, 1 volt per ampere, that will become the 1 ohm. That will be 1 ohm. Next is VI characteristics. VI characteristics is the graph in between the voltage and current. It will be a linear graph, right? Ideally, it will be a linear graph. If the physical conditions are changed, let's suppose the pressure and temperature changed, then it will not obey this condition linear graph. So at that condition, Ohm's law fails. Under what condition Ohm's law fails? When the temperature and pressure remains not constant, it will be variable, then it will fails. Now this resistance will be connected in two type of the combination. One is a series combination, other is a parallel combination. Now first we are defining the series combination. If the second end of the first resistor and first end of the second resistor are connected and so on through a battery, then the resistance will be called in a series. In the series combination, the voltage or a potential difference will be different, but current will throughout the same will be, the current will be same. So I current will be flowing through the circuit and potential difference will be the V1, V2 and V3 across the R1, R2 and R3. Now put the Ohm's law for all the conditions or for the all potential difference. V is equal to IR. For the R1, V1 is equal to IR1. For R2, V2 is equal to IR2. And for the V3, for the R3, then will be the V3 is equal to IR3. we know that this total potential difference is equal to the V1 plus V2 plus V3. Now put all the values. V is equal to IR, IR1, IR2, IR3. Take I common, I is cancelled with this I. Then R is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. Put here S, that is a series combination. So you have to remember, in the series combination, potential difference will remain different in different resistor, but current will remain the same. In the parallel combination, when all the first end of all the resistor are connected together and all the last end are connected together, then they will be in the parallel combination. Let's suppose they are connected with the battery V, and the current will divide into the three resistor I1, I2 and I3. So another point is, in the parallel combination, current will be divided and the potential difference will remain the same. Now we will find I is equal to V by R for the R1. I1 is equal to V by R1, I2 is equal to V by R2 and I3 is equal to V by R3. That comes from the Ohm's law. Now we know that I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. Then V by R plus is equal to V by R1 plus V by R2 plus V by R3. Take V common, V is cancelled with V, then 1 by R is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. This R will be the RP, parallel combination, right? So you have to complete your fair notebook up to the parallel combination of the resistor. Thank you.